Hey everybody, welcome back to Blabbin' About Slabbin', and today, Chris, we have our favorite kind of video. It's a pickup video.
Oh yeah, nothing better than getting new cards in the collection, Jeff.
That's right. So without further ado, let's get to it. What did you pick up since last time?
Okay, so I've had some Acuna cards come and some Acuna cards go. My Acuna collection has kind of shifted a little bit over the last 8 to 12 months. So I want to just chat about that for a moment. I currently do not own a single prospect auto. I no longer own a Bowman First Acuna auto. That might come as a surprise to some people. When I say it out loud, Jeff, it kind of surprises me.
Yeah, that's surprising.
But what I've done with my Acuna collection is I've kind of shifted into, I guess, what the general hobby would call non-investment cards. Like stuff that I just really like that sort of highlight big moments. So let me show you a couple of what I was talking about. So here, I mentioned this card before. So this is at a 2024 Top Series 2. He has a 4070 insert set, and there are autos. They're all on card. There's 20 total cards, but this is the one that matters. The 70 is steel, where he officially creates the 4070 club. So there are 10 autos that look like this. There are 6 reds. I've never seen one. And there's a platinum. So that means there's 16 autos, Jeff, with this image on it, which is the best we got in 2024, despite how iconic this image is for him.
Yeah, we've been waiting all year and then some to get the image of him holding the base over his head. Here we get half the base, which I guess is all we're going to get.
Yeah, this is all we're going to get. There's this, and there's the high number heritage. There is also a sort of a highlight shot of it. But, this is the best. I think the best we're going to do. And it's cool. The back actually does sort of explain exactly what he did, which is awesome. So knowing me and knowing that Baseball Card Addict is my username, when another copy of this became available, I could not help myself. So I got 2. If anyone ever sees a red, please let me know. And if that platinum ever services, Jeff, I'm going to have a serious problem.
Yeah. Have you seen a red? How red is the red?
The red, so the background where it says 4070, that'll just be in red.
Okay.
So it's pretty noticeable. I've seen some of the other cards in red, but I've never seen this particular one in red. So I'm pretty excited.
If anybody out there has one, let Chris know. You can probably take advantage of them.
Right? Probably. No probably about it. But yeah, I just... I love this. I'm obviously a big fan of that moment of this guy, and stuff like that kind of speaks to me a little bit more now than a first Bowman Chrome auto.
Gotcha.
I also recently grabbed, this came up for bids a little while ago, and so I, again, can't help myself. So this is a PSA 10 copy of the 2022 Stadium Club Chrome 91 variation. That's so many words and letters, Jeff, and numbers.
It is.
Of Acuña getting his World Series ring. And again, there are 25 base cards of this, 5 reds and a super. So we're looking at 31 total autographs of one of my favorite all-time players getting his World Series ring. You can't beat this, Jeff. I feel like there should be cards like this in Stadium Club every single year.
Yeah.
There just don't seem to be.
Yeah, look at the size of that ring. And it's just the icing on the cake to have the retro design Stadium Club logo on the bottom.
Absolutely. And I couldn't help but wonder if that ring is so big, he actually does need his left hand to hold it up.
It might weigh a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a little wrist support there.
Yeah.
So I absolutely love this card. I love that you can see the world champion patch on the shoulder. I think this is one of the best Acuna autos you can get. And honestly, this means more to me because of what that World Series meant to me. And I know he didn't play in it, but they don't get there without him. They don't make those trades without his first half. He was the clear MVP front runner. He was holding up that roster single-handedly when he got hurt. But stuff like this, for him especially, this card means more to me than a refractor first Bowman Chrome auto ever would.
Yeah, it does sound like a transition, at least a little bit of a transition you're collecting for Acuña anyway.
Yeah. So before I get to my biggest Acuña pickup, why don't you show me something you've bought recently?
Okay. Let me talk about a favorite player of mine who's having a little bit of a resurgence, and that's Christian Yelich. He's leading the Brewers, who are kind of a ragtag group of overperformers, maybe. He's back to his old self a little bit in terms of his swing. And so I've picked up a couple cards from people we know, actually. The first of which is this gold Bowman Chrome. This is when it was called Draft Picks and Prospects back in 2010. This is the gold refractor, and Maximum Freed Cards contacted me and told me he had it available. And while I was trying to not buy any non-Churio cards, I couldn't pass up a chance to get this, Chris. So grab this.
No, that's awesome. That's a really great looking card. He looks like a young kid, like a young prospect there. It's a cool
really
image.
young. Yeah,
the background of that park, it looks like a place you and I would play softball. That's definitely not a major league field that he is on. That's a cool card.
Yeah.
And thanks to Maximum Freed Cards. I mean, we do love it when people we know on Instagram or fans of the show or viewers of the show, they message us and say, hey, I got something you probably would want. We're sort of I hate to say it, Jeff, we're kind of like ATM machines in that regard.
Yeah, we're a little bit of suckers. And to that end, the only card I bought at the West Coast Card Show was another Yelich from our friend Cardboard Showcase. This beauty back of jersey SSP. I think Mike subbed like 5 of these to PSA. He's got half the population of PSA 10s, but he had this raw one too. And so I picked up the raw one from him. Going to stay in a one touch.
Yeah, if there's an award for or a statistic for most SSP themed cards subbed, I'm pretty sure Cardboard Showcase sets the record for the back of jersey PSA sub list. He's probably subbed 30% of the total pop of those 12 or 15 cards.
Yeah, I think what did he say? He was like on 10 Harpers trying to get his one gem, subbing 10.
It's tough. That update set is really hard to gem.
So I see a theme that we're kind of going with some of our hometown team players with our recent pickups. Yeah.
Okay, so let me show you guys this other Acuña card that I got, and it's not just Acuña on it, which makes it special. And before you ask, I think my general to say that there's like a thesis behind it is probably too strong, but I just feel like as much as I love Acuña, and I think as famous as he's going to remain for Braves fans, especially, I just don't know what sort of career numbers he's going to be able to end up with, Jeff. 40-70 will live forever, but this is his age 27 season, and it's essentially a lost season for him on a team, on a dead-end team.
Yeah, and I know you've talked about it before. If he plays all of next year, it'll be his third full season of play in his career. So to me, it makes a lot of sense from an outside perspective to leave more of the mainstream cards of his behind. That the first Bowman Chrome Autos, which we've talked about, is usually the card to get, especially if somebody's on a Hall of Fame trajectory. They have a lot of rookie cards. It's easy to get through all that junk if you just go with their first Bowman. But if maybe he's not on a Hall of Fame trajectory, and maybe he's going to be more memorable for some of the specific accomplishments he had related to either his 40-70 or the World Championship, even though, like you said, he didn't play. So that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, and even if those cards don't necessarily, I'm not buying these because I wanted to go up in value. I'm buying them because I look at them and I feel like an emotional attachment to them. Whereas that first Bowman Chrome, he looks excited and happy, and it's his first, but I didn't get that same connective kind of feeling to it. Yeah. So I've been waiting for a copy of this card to come available, Jeff, and it finally did. I've really only known where one copy of it is, and it resided with Bravos Cards on Instagram, fellow Braves fan, good guy. And sure enough, he listed it on eBay, and I messaged him probably within an hour, almost in a creepy way. I have to say, I'm sure his inbox binged way faster than I thought it would. And we talked for a while, and we were able to work something out. So here we go. So this is a dual auto from Heritage with Ronald Acuña, and he is paired with the man himself, Mr. Hank Aaron.
With the greatest Brave of all time. That's an incredible card. We've seen your dual autos before. This will fit right in with your collection. Yeah. I have the Freeman Aaron, and now I can pair it with this Acuña Aaron. Probably the two best Braves outfielders ever. No offense to Dale Murphy, or Chipper Jones for those 2 years. This card is pretty special. There is also a 2019 duel with these two guys, but that 2019 set, and I'll throw a picture of it up here, but the pictures are really small. They're like tiny little headshots in those duels. Whereas this one, we get pretty big images, Jeff. And a lot of these duels, the images aren't quite like this. I love Hank Aaron and that wool jersey. The wool Braves, a nice, bold, bright signature there.
Yeah. Yeah. So this,
Acuna
really,
stayed on the card.
yeah, really good Hank Aaron auto on this one as well. So yeah, this card absolutely fills me with joy, way more joy, than any of his rookie autos or his first Bowman Chrome autos. And generally, I would say if I do decide that I want to get back into that pool of his first or his rookies, those cards are always available, Jeff.
They're always going to be there. And with
They're always
something
gonna be there.
like this, with a legend on there who's no longer with us, no longer signing autographs, I think I know that you got it because you love the card, but it also has a little bit of built-in floor, a built-in safety net there.
Sure.
So those are some incredible pickups for your collection. Yeah, get the sweat towel out after
Just looking
that.
at that, just looking at that Hank Aaron auto, I do, my body temperature does start to rise. But yeah, so I mean, when I look at stuff like, like when I look, here's just an example for what I'm generally talking about. I look at two cards like this, his Topps Chrome Blue auto, his rookie, or this dual auto. They're trading at a give or take about the same price.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, to me, I'm at the point now where I think where this means a lot more to me than this, which is a terrible sales pitch. This will be going off to consignment soon. I'm not a salesman, Jeff. I've got to work on that aspect of the hobby.
Rookie cards are the best. You got to pay the most for them. So if you see an Acuna rookie card out there, spend all your money. Speaking of obscure cards, Chris, I want to show another one of my pickups. And if anybody's watched the channel recently, they know I've become a little bit infatuated with the no longer produced heritage throwbacks. And I picked up another Otani throwback.
Oh, yeah.
This one in the Reggie Jackson era Angels uniform.
Nice. I can almost picture Leslie Nielsen in the background there.
Yeah, so this is one of my favorite cards, one of my favorite sets to collect, the Otani throwbacks. He's got 3 of them, and now I've got all 3, but this is my second copy of this version. So it's a little bit of hoarding, I guess, perhaps.
Yeah, we're certainly we might have to figure out a way to get the word addict into your Instagram username there.
Yeah, heritage throwback addict. So I like this one. The centering is about what most cards from this set are. And with the black back, there's a slight amount of chipping on the bottom. Sure. Not too bad, but for now it's going to stay. I'm going to put it in a one touch, and that's where it's going to stay. Yeah,
I mean, I think that's just Topps Heritage really sticking with the 1973 design. We got bad centering, we got back chipping. It's all part of the persona of that 1970s.
Yes, the authenticity they really put in there. They get that 1970s vibe.
That's right. Okay, so those cards that we just talked about are all stuff that we have picked up that we really, really like. But occasionally, Jeff and I will pick up a card, and then we decide we don't like that card. And that happened to me, and it happened to me very quickly, I have to say. So recently, I posted on Instagram, and I think I talked about it on one of our YouTube lives. I bought this Freddie Freeman 2025 Topps Chrome Orange Speckle refractor. It's a parallel of his image variation, which is him.
It's a great moment. We've talked about how much we love cards with moments, right?
Yes, this is him throwing the helmet after it's that walk-off grand slam, game 1 of the World Series. And there's better images they could have used, but they did get something from that event, from that moment. But the more I looked at it, Jeff, the more I just wished it was a nice horizontal shot of him holding the bat up. I want to see more fans in the background. I want to feel this moment. And really, this could be from any Freddie Freeman walk-off. There isn't anything that specifically screams this was game 1 of the World Series. And then Topps Chrome Logo Fractor came out, Jeff. And they had 50 image variations. And they used the exact same 50 players with the exact same 50 images. So now in Logo Fractor, there's golds, there's oranges, there's reds, there's blacks of the same picture. And then Sapphire comes out, and they did the exact same thing. So any sort of excitement that I felt about this card, about this image, it just began to get all I began to think about was how it isn't a better image. And then I just kept seeing the same image, on this other Topps Chrome sets being just used and used and used, and the whole novelty of it. It just, I lost it. I lost any interest and any excitement I felt for the card. And the reason you're seeing a picture of this on my Instagram is because this card is now off to ComC. Just, I didn't need it in the collection anymore. It was not sparking joy. I don't hate it. I just, How I felt when I bought it, I no longer feel. So
Yeah, which, as you've said, happens. It doesn't always happen this quickly, but kudos to you for recognizing that and not just sticking in the drawer somewhere, but actually getting it back out into the marketplace. So somebody who does enjoy it can add it to their collection.
yeah, hopefully there's a Dodger fan on ComC that'll be very excited when this thing gets listed.
Yeah. Well, from a rare card to a little bit more of a common card, I want to talk about my last pickup, and that is the maybe arguably still reasonably affordable Otani rookie. And that's this guy, 2018 finest. Chris and I have talked about this image a lot. It's one of his few batting images from his rookie year. This is the refractor version. This picture doesn't quite do it justice. It's very shiny and colorful in hand, but um, despite the background, although I mean I kind of like the '90s Saved by the Bell vibes, which is a little distracting, but I think this is a great card. And like I said, his cards, there's a little bit of a trickle down effect. His high end cards keep going up, and so trying to find any card that's even remotely reasonably priced from his rookie years is getting harder and harder to find.
Yeah, that is. This is a card that Jeff and I have definitely talked about a lot. So kudos to Jeff for putting his money where our mouths have been.
Yeah, I probably should have bought it before we were talking about it, but then it wouldn't be the blab and grab. So I did finally have to get one of these. Yeah,
I just want to give you guys a couple of stats on this. The current PSA pop on this card is sitting at 260, which isn't that many.
No, it's a little higher than the normal pops that we talk about, but we've also talked about how wide Ohtani's market is, and the demand for his cards is through the roof. So a typical number where you might not want to be into the triple digits for on a pop report. This one, I believe, is an exception to that.
Yeah, another reason why we like this finest refractor, at some point these Bowman Chrome rookies, the rookie refractors, like they have to stop going up. Like the pop on them is over 100 in a PSA 10. They're numbered out of 499, and yet we just keep seeing this price go up. The last sale that I could find was a PSA 9 sold for $5,500 for less than 20% of that. You could get the finest refractor in a PSA 10. So I'm not saying this is never going to compete with the Bowman Chrome, never.
Right.
But this card for us, and I mean, I feel like there's room for this card to grow. Whereas I feel like we have to be getting close to that ceiling on those Bowman Chrome refractors and even the Bowman Chrome base cards. And that energy's got to shift and go somewhere else. So there's a chance it goes here.
And the amount of money you have to put in for that chance to go up for the Bowman Chrome is getting higher and higher, like Chris said. The Bowman Chrome refractor versus this, it's still within arm's reach. All right, one last pickup I want to talk about is this Topps Chrome Sapphire box I picked up, Chris. And I got it through the Montgomery Club membership, but there's no way I can open it, Chris. These are selling on eBay for like $750 now, which seems crazy. And as much as I love Sapphire, it's almost hard for me to even hold it in my collection. So any thoughts about what I should do? Should I sell it and buy a card with that money, or should I keep it with the collection?
I know you loved your sealed wax.
Yeah.
I think that the best there's some good stuff about Sapphire this year. The checklist is smaller. Went from 700 down to 300, but that probably just means there's more of each card out there. The rookie auto checklist isn't great. I mean, we've got Nick Kurtz and James Wood leading the way. I don't know. I would sell that thing. But that's generally how I feel about these wax prices that I see. I don't know how that box could become even more in demand. I mean, maybe next year if Nick Kurtz hit 50 home runs, but we'll see. To me, I say sell that and buy, you can get a nice like red ink early Christian Yelich or something like that. Maybe you can find that red ink Churio you've been having.
Churio, I was thinking that, yeah. All right, well, in the comments, let me know what you think I should do. Should I add it to my wax collection, or should I sell it while the selling is good? Just can't decide, but Chris votes for selling. All right.
Well, Jeff and I are not good at selling stuff. I wish we were better. It's something we got to work on, but we got to do it more.
Yeah. But those are our recent pickups, so let us know what you think of them. Let us know what you think about Chris's new direction for his Acuña collection. Do you think it's the smart way to go? Is it smart to follow your feelings when it comes to the hobby? We'll find out. Well, thanks everybody for joining us, and we'll see you on Blabbing About Slabbing Live Thursday. Bye.
Sure.